Right. Um, we are at step 6. You might see my cat because she's sniffing around there. Anyway, I hope that you are doing well and that you are progressing with the steps here and that you start to see things differently a little bit. And I think that that's the most amazing thing about going through this process is that suddenly you start to see things. And I have to tell you that once you do, it starts to be kind of very predictive. It's something that repeats itself all the time, all the time. And once you start having control of your feelings towards a situation that is arising, it's going to be so much easier not to get emotionally involved in what's happening. It's a very interesting thing that happens once you start to shift your thoughts and once you gain a new perspective on things with your mom and with your siblings. Things start to look and feel so much different. So I have to tell you that I'm very proud of you for doing this work. Sometimes it hits in very sensitive places inside of us, and you need a lot of courage and will to go through this, especially if it's your first time. That's the hardest one. Seeing everything for the first time, there is a lot that has to sink in, and sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. That's when you can take advantage of the coloring aspects of this book, because that's gonna help you calm down and take a moment for yourself and think through stuff that come up or things that I talk about. So I'm proud of you. That's what I wanted to say. So today we have step 6, which is refuse to argue with her. Refuse to argue with her, okay? I command you. Well, this is kind of self-explanatory, but I have to say that for me, it was really hard to do. It was really, really hard to do because it feels like it's wired in me not to be able to not argue with her, because that's how she activated me for so many years. And it's not about winning the situation. For me, it was just, getting my point across. But the thing is that she's not there to listen to you. She doesn't listen to you, okay? She didn't listen to you. She doesn't listen to you, and she will not listen to you, okay? Never, ever. The reason that I'm making this so clear is because you have to understand this. And once you do, it's like the same fact that you will never change. It's the same. You have to save your energy. You have to choose where to put your energy in a way that it's going to be productive for you, okay? In a place that's going to bring you to where you want to be. And arguing with her is just a waste of your time, your energy, your emotions, okay? Once I realized that, it's very stupid for me then to keep on doing it. It's like the same as I said to myself when I went no contact with her. It's just pointless to try to make her happy or to satisfy her needs when she will never be satisfied, because that's the type of person that she is. She has no control over it. First of all, because she's not aware of it. And second is because she's not aware of it. So why should I work myself to the ground for nothing? So it's the same here. Why should you try to have a sensible conversation with her? In my case, okay, before I started to argue, I tried to explain my point of view in whatever was happening. And then in some way, it escalated into an argument. But she has something that she wants to get out of the situation, and she's going to do everything in the conversation to get it. So whatever you say or whatever you do or whatever you don't say or whatever you don't do, she's not going to listen to you. So just stop doing it. Just stop doing it. You have to figure out from knowing her what you can do and how you can do it to just not give her the satisfaction of getting whatever she wants. But that means that you have to be in control of yourself, of your thoughts and your feelings. And you have to learn how to disconnect yourself from the situation to be able to not react, okay? What you have to take away from this video is that you have to not react, okay? And the way you do it is by noticing the situation that you're at, what she wants from you, not arguing with her. What I did was when I see her going on, because she went and she will trying to say things to aggravate me, to hurt me, to shame me, or whatever. There's so many things that they use to achieve their goal. Most of them are very hurtful. So I would just disconnect myself. I would just mute her in my head. I would go like mute, and I would say, yeah. That's exactly what it looked like. And I would laugh at it, because I just knew what she wanted, and I just wouldn't play this game. So at the end of the day, I would say to her, and this is bad, okay? Because I would say to her, okay, you finished? And if I said that, she would go on and on and on and on and on. But then I've learned to say, okay, I think about it. Okay, I hear you. I'm going to think about it. I don't know. And things like that. That she cannot say anything, because she's going to start yelling about what do you mean you don't know? Who do you think you are that you don't know? It's not going to work that way. Because you have to give her the impression that you listened to her and that you are willing to consider whatever she's saying, but it's done. Now I have to go, okay? Because you can go on for hours and hours and hours. The funniest thing is that after a while, all the conversations that we had ended up with me saying, I'll think about it, and it would work. I would say, oh my God, I cannot believe. I thought that it's not gonna last me forever, not, to being able to say, I'll think about it, because, it's kind of redundant. But it did. It did. And I don't know how it's going to work for you. You have to give it a try. But if you try the method of muting, sometimes I would. How do you say it? I don't know how you say it in English, but it's like voice acting. If you mute her, just pretend she's an actor, and you just do her voice in very funny ways, and that really becomes hilarious. Especially when she goes to the same old stuff that she goes, usually you probably can predict whatever she's going to tell you. So just do it in funny voices in your head. And that works wonders, because you end up going out of that situation with a good mood, because you just laughed at it. And that makes it all completely different to what you were used to. So that's it. Fill on the question. I think that it's something along the ways of how are you planning to avoid not arguing with her, and I give you my tips and tricks as a present, and you can use them as much as you want. And please share your experiences with the Facebook group. I'm sure there's a lot of girls that can benefit from your own experience. And I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.